Hello, everyone. I'm Atima Lui. I am the daughter of a South Sudanese refugee. But don't let that stat or this dark skin and short hair fool you. I was born and raised in Topeka, Kansas, the middle of America, the breadbasket of the country, as they call it. So the only people that looked like me growing up were my mom and dad and my brother and sister. And in this environment, I subconsciously, but very repetitively, consumed the message that I was ugly, that my dark skin made me something terrible to look at. For example, I remember in middle school, the first time I ever tried on makeup, I was over at a friend's house, and she had this Barbie pink lipstick that was so fantastic on her, made her sparkle. Obviously, I wanted to sparkle too. So I put it on, and against my dark skin, I just looked like a clown. Like, it clearly was not made with Atima in mind. Another example, I did dance classes. My mother had signed me up. She said, we're going to help make you feel confident. You're going to dance, you're going to strut. And the uniform at this dance school required us to wear nude hosiery. And this hosiery just made my legs look ashy because it was for white skin. And so I was literally putting on someone else's skin tone, seeing how my arms didn't match, seeing recordings of our dance studio performances and my little black arms up in the air with the white ones, and just seeing how I clearly didn't look like everyone else. And this hole inside of me was constantly growing. I didn't love myself. I felt so rejected by society, and I felt like the standards of beauty around me, I could just never meet those. My parents, they saw this. They tried to help. One time at dinner, I was 7 years old. It was 1997. We were all sitting around the family dinner table, and my dad, who is a scientist and a physician, so not at all interested in beauty or fashion, he brought home an Elle magazine, and he was so excited. He said, look, this is the first time an African woman has ever been on the cover of Elle magazine. Her name was Alek Wek. And he said, not only is she African, she's our countrywoman. She is South Sudanese. Isn't she beautiful? And I said, yeah, Dad. Like, I knew this was a trick. That's not what beautiful is. I know what beautiful looks like. It's a specific standard. It's an Anglo-Saxon version of beauty. We are not that. I would straighten my hair to try and make the curls go away. I would use chemicals, I would use heat. I was constantly trying to make myself look a little less ugly. I rejected that version of what my dad showed me. And if I couldn't be beautiful, I thought, okay, maybe I can be smart, maybe I can be successful. I can try to reach that standard. So I poured myself into my grades. And I went to my top college of choice, and I picked this college because they had an entrepreneurial program. And so I thought, awesome, I'm going to be in college, I'm going to start my first company, and won't that make me feel awesome? Won't that fill that hole that's in my heart that makes me reject myself? And this company I decided to start was a full-service hair and nail salon. And I remember my barber that I hired, he saw me, he looked me up and down, and he said, we need to cut your hair. And I just thought, okay, why would we do that? I spend time and money trying to conform my look so that I can be a little less ugly. But after some convincing and cajoling, I sat in his chair, he pulled my hair back into a ponytail, chopped it off, and said, there's no going back now. And that was honestly my first little taste of freedom, that there's more than one way to be beautiful. Let me tell you, taking care of short hair is so much easier. But more than that, like not trying to change it to conform and look like something it is not is so awesome. So I decide to think about other ways that I can fill this hole in my heart. Fast forward, I am in business school, and I know there's one way to be successful here. That is to get a great job offer from a top company. And guess what? I managed to do it. I was so surprised. I got an offer to work at Apple in California doing global marketing for their new products. And I thought, this is so sexy. This is everything I have worked for this moment. And I signed the offer 6 months before graduation. So this is like when the bands need to be playing, I still have all this time in school left just to party. I have my future set, right? But I felt none of these emotions. I felt empty, which was shocking, and this made me feel disappointed in myself. And I realized there must be another way to find happiness. I sought out a meditation session with people like you in this room, people who are entrepreneurs, who are creating their own lives. And the meditation guide said, envision happiness. And in that moment, I didn't think of Apple at all. The universe, she said to me, your purpose is to improve the confidence of dark-skinned women and girls. I didn't show up in California. I moved to New York. And today, as the founder and CEO of Nudist, we're building technology that shows people there's more than one way to be beautiful. We help them find beauty products, undergarments that match their version of nude. And this is the most happy and fulfilling time I've experienced in my life. There's no more hole where I don't accept myself or love myself, because I get to tell women every day that their version of beauty is good enough. Thank you.